And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. Got some news breaking earlier today, right? Pitching coaches are out for the San Francisco Giants. All right, guys. It's Friday night! What's up, everybody? Hopefully everyone's enjoying their Friday night. Thanks for hanging out with me here on this Friday night. You guys might have better things to do than listen to me talk about baseball. But hey, appreciate you guys popping in. Let's see what happens. Oh, is my mic sound? Hold on. Yeah, it's on the. I don't know why it does that. Stand by. Stand by. I'll fix this in a jiffy. There we go. There we go. I don't know why it does that. StreamYard gets a little bit weird. It went to it for some reason. It likes to go home to daddy, which is it goes to the microphone on my camera rather than going on my HyperX. How's that? It should sound better, right, guys? Anyways, my gosh, what the heck is going on, man? What is going on? Again, I'm with you guys tonight. Again, appreciate you hanging out. Glenn's still in Mexico. He's on assignment, enjoying his time in Mexico. So he will be back. Probably within a week. No, maybe a little bit less than a week, somewhere around there. So Glenn should be back with us shortly. Again, he's enjoying some downtime after a long MLB season. Anyways, let's get right to it, guys. News broke earlier today. JP Martinez was not going to return, or I should say not return, but he accepted a job with the Atlanta Braves. How about that? He's going to go over there to be with the Atlanta Braves on their pitching staff. I know they had hired the former pitching coach of the New York Mets as well. I'll tell you one thing, and we could talk about this. Atlanta Braves, they ain't wasting no time. Wasting no time. They're putting together their coaching staff. They announced their manager only a couple of days ago, Walt Weiss. They picked up the Hefner guy, Anton Richardson from the Mets, and now they've picked up JP Martinez from the Giants. And again, that's a little weird because old indications were he wanted to come back to San Francisco, right? And then not shortly after that, Garvin Alston also said he will not be returning to the Giants. I don't know what exactly is the situation with Garvin. I don't know if he's going to go out and get another job somewhere. I'm sure he will. But I found these moves to be a little bit interesting because I thought if there was going to be any coaches that were going to be staying, it was going to be JP Martinez and Garvin Alston, because they were pretty damn good. From everything that I've read and heard from the players, they loved them. Both of the guys. They both commanded respect from the players, and hey, they enjoyed playing under him. So again, we'll see what that means. David says Vitello wants his own staff. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, because as it's standing right now, here at 8:36 p.m. Pacific on November 7th, Giants have not announced any coaches whatsoever. There's rumors out there that Jace Tingler is going to possibly be the bench coach, but nothing official has come. All right. Tomorrow is going to be 2 weeks since the announcement that Vitello was going to be the manager for the San Francisco Giants, and we still have no coaches. You guys, is it concerning? Not concerning? Not a big deal? Whatever. Maybe it means nothing. But looks like what is it? Damon Minor, the assistant hitting coach, is gone. Burrell, the main hitting coach, I guess you could say, the primary hitting coach, sounds like he wants to stay with the organization, but probably not in the role that he played last year. Actually, last couple of years. JP Martinez, the pitching coach, is gone. Garvin Alston, bullpen coach, gone. Ryan Christensen, the bench coach, gone. Kind of saw that one coming. And Matt Williams also decided to go too. So again, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Again, and we could talk about it. It sounds like, again, coming from the players, that the issue wasn't with the pitching coach. The pitching coaches actually did a pretty good job considering what was going on last year with the pitching staff. If I'm not mistaken, remember the Giants, man, they were number 3 in ERA going into the All-Star break. That's pretty damn good. They're taking care of business, and then they had to navigate some obstacles. You had to navigate some injuries. Of course, bullpen arms being traded. So Alston had to navigate that on what they were going to do as far as who were going to be the guys that are going to get in significant roles. And then of course Randy Rodriguez got hurt. I mean, there was just a whole bunch of things that the pitching, or I should say, the pitching coaches had to navigate through last season, and they did a pretty damn good job. Interesting. So we'll see what happens. I can understand why Vitello would want his own staff. The previous staff did so well. Why was Bob Melvin fired? And why? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Insane. The one. Hey, let's if you want to start talking some real talk, the Giants freaking pitching staff allowed the Giants to be 81-81. It wasn't because they failed, because if they didn't do as good of a job as they did, the record would have been much worse. And I know in saying that you watched a lot of Giants baseball, right? Come on. The pitching is what kept the damn Giants in the race. And of course they had a hot streak there in August with the lineup being able to help the pitching staff, but it was the pitching staff the entire season that was carrying this team. So that's what I'm saying. It's a little bit weird. Why would you want to get rid of something that's working? If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. But I get it. You got a new manager. Maybe he wants to bring in his own guys. It's going to be interesting to see who they bring. What's up, RJ? And here's another thing. Both of these coaches, Alston and Martinez, at the they've been hanging around for the last 2 weeks. Since the announcement of Vitello, it's not like they just said, okay, well, we're going to go somewhere else. The timing is a little bit weird. You would think that with the announcement of Vitello, and heck, if you want to even go a week ago, I should say more than a week ago, when they had introduced Vitello in the press conference, that those decisions would have already been made. Why are we waiting so long for these guys to say, you know what? And here's the thing: did they get up and go? And that's something that I haven't seen. Shayna Rubin for the San Francisco Chronicle, she wrote an article about what was going on with both Martinez and Alston. Susan Slusser, she broke the news about Garvin Alston on Twitter. So Interesting. But I'm hearing nothing. I'm not hearing that the organization didn't want him. I'm also hearing whether or not this is a decision based on what they want to do. I don't know. Hey, maybe it's this. Maybe they haven't talked to them. Maybe let's talk about JP Martinez because he's now an Atlanta Brave. Maybe they didn't talk to him. And, you're getting close to the time of the year where coaching positions are starting to be filled, and he didn't want to be left high and dry. So he didn't hear anything in the affirmative from the Giants. So he's like, you know what? Well, I got to go somewhere where I know that I'm going to be working. Again, pure speculation. I don't know if that's to be true or not. I just find the timing a little bit strange. But hey, we'll see. Tyler Rogers glove. Get ready for Max Scherzer, player, pitching coach. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. No, come on. No, it's not going to happen. Let's temper our expectations, guys. Special advisor to Buster Posey, okay? They're just going to talk to him occasionally, right? These guys aren't going to have. Dusty Baker has been a special assistant to Buster Posey. A lot of guys are special assistants to Buster Posey. Again, it's just another voice in the room that you can hear. But they don't have an office right next to Buster Posey. They're not going to be at Oracle Park every single day. They're hanging out at home enjoying their retired life. Occasionally they'll probably come to San Francisco and, hey, let's see what's going on and, give his input. But to think that Bochy's going to play a significant role, no, come on. It's a special assistant, guys. That's all it is. It's to a certain extent, it's an honorary position that they always give to former players or coaches. If they were going to be a significant part of the organization, then it would be an assistant GM or something, or assistant president of baseball operations or something like that. Who knows? But that's kind of where it's going to be. But it's going to be interesting how this is all going to pan out. Honestly, who's the pitching coaches out there? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And look, we're in the middle of the offseason, right? This is where there's a lot of talking back and forth that's happening right now. And now it's like, how are you going to talk to a free agent, specifically pitching free agents? We talked about this back on Wednesday. How are you going to entice starting pitching free agents or even bullpen arms if you don't even have a coaching staff that's set up yet? It's like who's going to be? Well, we know who the manager is, but who's going to be the pitching coach? Who's going to be the bullpen coach? So look, that's something that a player may or may not have a valid interest in if they want to come to the Giants. And yes, I get it. I understand money, but a lot of teams can offer money. Insane. Let's be serious. How serious are the Giants about money? Insane. Come on. If they were choosing between the San Francisco Giants and another team, say maybe the New York Mets, the Dodgers, Arizona, maybe, even though they're talking about cutting back, Cincinnati, Chicago may spend a little bit of money. So what else do you have? What else do you have? You're gonna have to sell them on your product. And what is your product? What is the San Francisco Giants product right now? Not all the time, insane. Not all the time, but we'll see how it works out. I don't know. I'm not understanding what's going on. Joshua, our buddy from Arkansas. What's up, Joshua? Giants dragging their feet as always. Since he has stated the payroll will be about the same as last year. Okay. Do they have anybody coming off the books? I don't think they do. Do they, Armand? You might know that better than I do. I know you sent an email. I haven't checked the email yet, but and I appreciate that. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me bring that up real quick. While I give you a chance to answer that question. I don't know how many free agents that the Reds had. 1 second. Bring this up. Oh, holy crap. Whoa, 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 whoa. Boy, you didn't mess around, man. To opt-outs. Holy crime. Okay, we're gonna have to get into that. I'm gonna have to get into that another time. That's a lot of stuff there. I'll get into that. We'll talk about it here in an upcoming show, Armand, especially when we bring you on. Yeah, I know the Rangers said they're cutting payroll. I don't think Chicago is. They may not offer the money that Tucker wants, but I got a feeling that they're going to be competitive. Padres and Cubs are rumored to be cutting payroll? Really? Cubs? You sure? Man, they got into the damn divisional series, right? Was it division or was it the no. Yeah, divisional series. What am I talking about, right? Oh, man, it's all blurring together. Actually, that might have been the wild card. No, it was the divisional series. It went 5. I don't know. Cubs fans say Tucker is trash. Rangers stuck with Jock. I saw that. But let's get back to this. I mean, honestly, guys, is there anybody out there that you guys are interested in on who is going to be the hitting coach, the pitching coach, the bullpen coach? Anybody? Giants are going to hire Michael Conforto. Oh, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here, Isabel. Come on. I know you're a Dodger fan. Don't be. Look, it's already bad enough. We don't need that. Awesome, Mark. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at it here in another upcoming show here. I don't know. I just find it odd that we just don't have a coaching staff in place. I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means. Blue Jay hitting coach. I've seen a lot of people talking about that. We don't know. Maybe he wants to stay in Toronto. I don't know. There hasn't been anything. I saw Ryan Vogelsong. I thought I saw his name being bandied about. But why would you get rid of JP Martinez to get Ryan Vogelsong? JP was pretty good. No? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But you know what? I mean, you can't. You still got to improve your team. Right? You still got to improve your team. Even if it means there's a potential lockout, you still got to improve your team because you know what? Other teams may go out there and pick guys up, even though there may be a lockout. And then guess what? You're left high and dry. Right? What if some of these other teams are being aggressive? Look, Dodgers are going to be aggressive. What if these other teams are being aggressive, but then you decide to pull back because there may be a lockout, but what if the lockout doesn't happen? And then now where you stuck? Eric Chavez as a hitting coach? Wasn't he? Who was he a hitting coach for, Mark? I saw him on Foul Territory. I know he was talking about who was he alluding to? Was it the Mets? Where he was talking about having, if you have numerous hitting coaches, that you could kind of get conflicting messages, conflicting information, and it messes up the player. I know he was talking on Foul Territory. I can't remember what team he was talking about. He was the Mets hitting coach. Okay, gotcha. Dodgers are always active and are subtle, and you know they're sniffing around. That's absolute cavity, 100%. That's 100% what they're doing, man. Come on, because they had 5 hitting coaches. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I don't know. Bring back Ecker? I don't know. You think he got fired in Texas, Joshua? He got fired. Yeah, he got fired in Texas, so I don't know. I don't know. We have no idea what to expect with the coaching staff for the San Francisco Giants. None. Zero. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it all pans out. Again, more wait and see. That's fine. Whatever. I mean, no skin off my teeth. It just kind of sucks as a Giants fan. You want to get something you want to get something in place. We're now, what is it? Like I said, November 7th. You got ongoing communication going between teams and players, and you don't have a coaching staff. What's up, Ibrahim? My old Little League pitching coach is available if Tony Vitello is interested. Hey, all right. Right on. Does he bring the juice? Does he bring the juice? I don't know. Armand, 29 out of 30 teams have 2 hitting coaches, and 16 out of the 30 have 3 hitting coaches. That is ridiculous. Seriously. That's not the point, JB, but the coaching staff is already in place. You're not worried about, your staff. That should be the easiest, right? Shouldn't that be you want to talk about low-hanging fruit? It should be about getting your coaches. The hard part is getting the players. And let's not forget, Adames signed before the winter meetings even began. So Buster Posey got to work early. And you could say Buster Posey got to work early in the trade deadline by trading for Rafi Devers. So that's not the point. I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about your staff. Your staff should be in place, man. You see what I'm saying, JB? I'm not sure. Sign Edwin Diaz, no questions at the that's a fact. That's a fact, JB. I'm not against that. If you want to go get Edwin Diaz, Devin Williams, why not? Yes, all the teams, I believe, except for Colorado, right? I think Colorado is the last team out there that needs to hire a manager. Yep, pretty sure. But JB, again, thank you for the $2 from Australia, our buddy from down under. 100%, dudes. If you could get Diaz, I would get Diaz. How are we feeling about Grisham? Is he worth $22 million? Or no, I shouldn't say that. Is he worth the hit for signing someone with a qualifying offer? Is that someone you want to risk? Look, if you're going to sign someone with a qualifying offer, they better be good. I'm just saying. Change over volatility. What does that mean? Rob, talk to me, man. Change over volatility. Toronto is going to be going back up to bring. Yeah, because they need a closer. Yeah, that Jeff Hoffman experiment didn't work out too well, did it? Yeah, I saw that. DePodesta. Didn't he work for the A's before he went over to the Cleveland Browns? Right? Oh, yeah, manager. Thank you. Itch. Yes, correct. San Diego and Colorado don't have manager. No, what am I talking about? Padres, Stammen. Take that back. They got Stammen. I forgot about that. It is. It's the Colorado Rockies. Padres announced that yesterday. They picked up Stammen. Okay. Yeah, Colorado's the last one. DePodesta. I thought, wasn't he with the A's? I could have sworn he was with the A's. Yeah, he's from Moneyball. Yeah, he was with the A's. Thank you, Armand. Sometimes it does not fail. Sometimes. He's the guy that built the 0-16 Browns. Rockies will just bring back Bud Black. What's up, Aaron? How's it going, man? Anyways, let's hear. I mean, did any of you guys have any kind of issues with JP Martinez or Garvin Alston? Anyone? Did anyone say, yeah, those guys need to go? We didn't like what the pitching staff was doing, whatever. Did anyone have any reservations about them coming back to the Giants? Out of everybody, out of all the coaches, I thought those two guys would stick around. Everybody else I thought would probably be gone. But these are the two that I found a little bit. This is a little surprising. One thing is for sure, they're cleaning house. I'm a big fan of Martinez and Garvin. Yeah. I mean, Rob, I think you probably heard the same thing that I did. All the players love these guys. So I don't quite understand if it ain't right, Rob, right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. But hey, you got quote unquote a new sheriff in town. So hey, maybe he wants to bring in his own guys. We'll have to see. But why wouldn't you announce it, David? Right? What it's their coaches, right? To a certain extent. So just if they know who it is, just make that announcement, and everyone else can know what the hell's going on. I don't know. It's just weird. The way this off season is going is just a little weird. Are those really mind games? It's a coach. You see what I'm saying, JB? It's not that hard to get coaches. Yeah, exactly. And I've seen this has been out for the last couple of what maybe 3 days. Jace Tingler has been hired by the Giants, but they haven't announced what position. Everyone assumes that he's going to be the bench coach, but no one came out and said from the organization, he's going to be our bench coach. Gonzo, if they don't get Tucker, who are you looking at from right field? I don't know. Gotcha. Okay, you're going to have to be careful. I hear what you're saying. Because if you're not locating north, well, I mean, hell, it's the same thing with east and west. But if you elevate something that's supposed to be south, right, it could get crowded. But no, I hear you. That maybe he has a different philosophy on how he wants his pitchers to pitch. But you gotta be able to paint the corners, though, right? You got to. Because then if you are set in that way, then teams are going to know where to look. They're going to look high and low. They're not going to look away and inside. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I don't know. Ooh, what do we got here? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Ibrahim, wonder if they're afraid that any vets not on board with Tony Vitello would have loyalty to the holdover staff and sow division. I'm reaching, but I'm just trying to make sense of this crap. Maybe there is something to that. That's a good point, Ibrahim. If you got certain players who are more quote unquote loyal to their pitching coaches rather than to the manager, then you got something going on here. And it usually doesn't pan out well. That's a great observation, Ibrahim. That could be something that is in work. Hey, Richard, what is up? Guys, for those of you who don't know, Richard quickly, he put together the intro of our song. I didn't play it today because Glenn isn't here. But when you hear that intro talking about the Giants and how we're here, me and Glenn, Richard Cookerly is the guy who wrote that stuff. Started a new job, so it's been hard to watch, but I've watched almost every one of your shows, just not live. Love your show. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. Oh, I knew he's going to say that. It's almost done. It's almost done. Hold on. Let me do something. Hold on. I'll do something here. I'll give you a taste. How about that? How's that sound? Oh, where the hell is it? Hold on. Hold on. Opening up Premiere Pro. Okay, here we go. Let me do this. I'm only going to play the beginning. I'll just give you a sneak peek, if you will. Oh, brother. And let me just call it this. Ay. Where am I at? Here. Save it to hype. The player's name. I ain't going to tell you what the player's name is. Save. Export. Should be, it's going to be quick because I'm not done with it. Here we go. I ain't got the whole, I'm not going to tell you who it is. Just be patient. All right. Be patient. All right. Where we got? Okay. Let me exit out of this. Then we bring it in here. Where the hell is the stupid video? Oh, here we go. Add. The player's name. All right, hold on. Just give me a minute here, guys. Just bear with me. Well, while it's loading up, whatever. All right, what do we got here? Future coming to try. Yeah, there you go. Suarez. Still loading up. D. Podesta was with the Dodgers that when he had Mr. Cheap McCoy. Yeah, that's right. San Francisco shouldn't need to be looking to rebuild their roster in 2027. We'll see. Rebuild? It doesn't seem like the Giants are in the middle of a rebuild for the simple fact you went out there, you signed Adames, you traded for Devers. It sounds like you're going for it. So if you're going for it, it tells me that the Giants want to do some more additions. I don't know. What the hell's going on here, man? Come on. Taking forever to freaking upload. Matt Daniels, Logan Webb commended Daniels and Bannister on developing his pitches. I think JP worked with Logan Webb over the offseason to develop, I shouldn't say develop, to have him use that four-seamer more. And look what he did. Look what Logan Webb had a Cy Young type of year because he started throwing that four-seamer. And that was because of JP Martinez. Justin Verlander, right? He started off horrible, man. Horrible. And how did he finish? He finished pretty strong. I'm going to take a shot in the dark, but I got a feeling JP Martinez was part of that. All right, here we go. Here. You ain't going to know who this is, so just bear with me. All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. So there you go. That is just a little snippet. Rob says, I'm bad. I want to zig while everyone else zags. So I'm so anti-LA. All right, good. I want the Giants to be Korea's team. Get Kim and the younger Do Young Kim when he's posted at third base when Chapman's contract ends. Interesting. I would not be against getting Ha-Seong Kim at second base. Could get him cheap, but he plays a pretty solid second base, and he steals some damn bags, and his defense is pretty good. And it's going to be better at second base than it is at shortstop. So, yeah. Mike Sage still can't believe the Dodgers are in the middle of a dynasty. Yes, they are. You have to acknowledge it, right, Mike? It sucks. It sucks. But you got to embrace it. As a San Francisco Giants fan, you got to embrace it. And you know what I mean by that, right? You can't sweep it under the rug, man. Face it head on as a fan. Face it head on. Look, Dodger fans had to deal with it in 10, 12, and 14, okay? While we were enjoying World Series all over the place, Dodgers kind of sucked. Now the Dodgers are starting to dominate. What will the Giants do to compete with the Dodgers? And I don't want to hear we can't compete with the Dodgers. Well, guess what? You're in the same damn division. You have been your entire history. But my God, what are you going to just lay down? Ah, the hell with it. Screw it. Not going to deal with it no more. No. You're gonna have to deal with it. And hopefully that the Giants will understand, you know what? We got to do something if we want to compete. And that means talent on the field. Come on. Talent on the field is what wins games. Richard, our starters will be Bartolo Colon, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, and Logan Webb. Yes, sir. Pitching. That's a fact. How many aluminum cans do we need to redeem to sign Ranger Suarez? Look, Greg doesn't want to drop a big contract for starting pitching. They don't. And we don't have that talent to compete. Well, someone needs to get busy. Someone needs to get busy, right? We can all agree with that. Those are facts. I'm stating the obvious. So what has to happen, Eddie? You have to go out there and get the talent one way or another. Whether it's free agent, whether it's making a trade, or whether it's developing your guys. It's the only way, man. There's no other way. There's no hocus pocus. Can't win on a budget. Sean, I'm hoping Posey surprises like he did with Adames. You never know. Hey, Sean, let's not stop there. He surprised us with Devers too. So let's not forget that. Buster Posey is willing to take risks. He's willing to take gambles. And look, one of his biggest risks is going out there and hiring Tony Vitello. I mean, that's a huge risk. But as far as talking about talent-wise, Buster Posey took a risk on signing Adames. He took a risk on trading for Rafi Devers, okay? So we know that Buster Posey is willing to go out there and wheel and deal and spend some money. The question is, are they willing to spend more? Are they willing to make a big trade? We're about to find out, guys. As San Francisco Giants fans, we are about to find out what the hell this is all going to be about. Can Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, or anyone who is insanely rich want to spend insane amounts of money to purchase the Giants so we can dominate? Sean says Johnson is the impediment. It could be. You know, I'm not going to go again. I'm not going to do it again. It's not worth it now. Otherwise, I'll just be doing this every single freaking show, and I don't want to keep freaking just harping on the same thing, even though that we're kind of harp on the same stuff, but I'm not going to continue. Just everybody knows what the problem is. Either way, gonna go to opening day 2026, driving up for that. What? Right on, Sean. Gonna watch the Yankees take on the Giants, huh? That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a fantastic opening day series. No doubt about it. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's going to be. Absolutely. Hey, can't wait for baseball. It just ended, but I'm ready for it to start again. I don't know if it's the owners, but it's the owner. It sounds like it's Greg Johnson. Sounds like it's Greg. He's the principal owner. Whatever he says goes. From what I've been told, whatever he says goes. Why would you want a cap, though? If everybody else is spending, why don't you want the Giants to spend? It's not our money. Right? Well, to an extent we're paying, but it's their money. Why not allow them to spend? I think as a fan, I don't want my owner coming out and saying, yeah, you know what? We're going to compete on a budget. And don't get me wrong. Yes, you don't go out there and just go crazy, but my God, if you want to compete, you're going to have to spend some money. That's just the nature of the game. Mickey Mouse mug is on the table. Hey, it's that time of the year. Pumpkin spice, man. Pumpkin spice. Don't hate. But there's no even field. That's utopia. There's no even field. Not in baseball, not in any professional sport. Well, unless you got the NFL and the NBA where you got a cap, but there's no cap in baseball. There's just no. That's just not the reality of where baseball is right now. And if you're going to live that way, you're not going to have any success unless MLB. And look, do you really think there's going to be a cap? No way. No way. No way. So if there is no cap, you got to go out there and spend. Man, come on. These guys are not freaking poor. These guys are rich as hell, man. They're rich as hell. My God. Look where the damn qualifying offers are. Did you see that? You see where the qualifying offers are? $22 million. $22 million. Yeah, the owners want a cap, but the players don't. Good luck with that. Try playing a baseball game with no freaking baseball players. It ain't going to happen. Just the way the game is right now, man. Unbelievable. Just a lot of money out there, man. A lot of freaking money. Yeah, the luxury tag it is. So yeah, honestly, the money or it's more about the draft picks more than it is about the money, because you're only playing the penalty on the amount that you go over. So if you went $5 million over the CBT, you got to pay the tax on the $5 million that you went over. If you went over $100 million, well, then you got to pay a percentage of the tax on $100 million. So, hey, look at that. Are you a Stanford alum? You'll raise a lot of capital there. A lot of investors come to my school every day. Oh, I bet. Do you go to Stanford? Talk to me. Rosemond. Yeah, I've seen you in the chat before. Hey, what's up, Justin? Yeah, we could do that, Justin. Absolutely. Ibrahim, players don't want to go for a cap. Baseball players, unlike football and basketball, make jack squat. Jack squat. After the draft, toiling in the minors. Once they're up, they wait until they hit free agency. Yeah. And look, and that's the thing. For basketball and football, you could get your money pretty damn quick. In baseball, like you said, it's a long grind. And then by the time you hit free agency, you've gone through many years until you hit that free agency. And that's where you're going to make your buck. And they don't want anything to affect being able to make their bag, because again, they would have paid their dues, right? It's different. Baseball's different than these other games. NBA and NFL, once you come out of college, man, you're in the gig. You're in the big game. You're not spending years in the minor leagues hoping that you're going to be able to have a spot to go. It's different. You can't compare baseball to other sports. You just can't. Right on. Good job. Hey, what'd you get your degree in? I tell you what, I love the Hoover Institution. They got a fantastic YouTube channel. I listen to them all the time. Hoover Institution is awesome. Good stuff, man. Yeah, what did you major in, man? That's freaking awesome. Good on you, dude. You met Farhan's team. Oh, interesting. The only owner that wants to submit it may be. Maybe. I got a feeling Buster Posey wants to put the best team. Look what he's done, man. Right? He's insane. We got proof. Adamas Endeavors. That tells you Buster Posey wants to go out there and be aggressive with players. $2027. Oh, man. I honestly, senior, you know, it'd be smart. Honestly, you know what would be smart? Now I'm going into utopia land here. Is if they could figure it out before the 2026 season is done. Then you don't have to worry about it. Get the shit done and don't let it go into a lockout or a strike. CS, what's CS? Computer science? I'm guessing computer science. Yeah, Condoleezza Rice is awesome. She's on a couple of those episodes in the Hoover Institution. I love listening to Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell is awesome, of course. And then I love the Goodfellows. The Goodfellows are awesome. Goodfellows. I love Stephen Kotkin. Stephen Kotkin is awesome, man. I love listening to that guy. Knows what he's talking about. Change the 26-man to the 30-man. Whoo! I don't know. The owners won't go for that one, Eugenio. Eugenio. I don't see that happening because that means you got to pay more. Hey, there you go. Richard and Rosemont got something in common. Right on. Kenneth, what's up, man? You always come in and say some great stuff. Given that Greg Johnson imposed contract limits, the only way the Giants are acquiring pitching on the cheap might be trade their only. Ooh. Yes, Kenneth. Yes. That may happen. Who knows? But that may happen. Get rid of the trail. Yes, right? And that's another thing. And that's something, that's going to be tough. Because, again, the owners want to keep that control. Remember, the longer you keep them control, the less you have to pay them. So if they go to free agency sooner, well, then guess what? Now they got to pay for their talent much more than having that control. But no, I agree. 6 years of control is ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You're on to something. Owners have made up their minds. They're going to lock out the players. Game 7 World Series had a combined 50 million viewers between the USA, Canada, and Japan. Baseball is not dying. That's a fact. I mean, the freaking World Series was absolutely incredible. What's up, Mike? Let's all have a moment of silence for the conclusion of Hunter Bishop's tenure as a Giant. Yeah. Jelly's going to be a free agent. Who else? There was someone else that was supposed to be free. There was a list out there. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I think I know who it was. I think it was Jeff Young. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, Jeff Young. Take a look at this. Again, news from the Giants about players. Hunter Bishop, Cole Waits, Max Stassi, Ethan Small, Chris White, Juan Mercedes, Miguel Diaz, Helcris Olivares, and Drew Ellis are among the others to elect free agency. Bishop was the the first round pick by the club in 20. That was, as a matter of fact, that was Farhan Zaidi's very first draft. His very first pick in his very first draft. Sam Huff and Sean Jelly have also elected free agency. There you go. There you are. Now you're up to date on what is going on with the roster. How many of them were on the 40-man? Jelly, I think, was on the 40-man. Hunter Bishop, I don't think it was. I don't think any. I don't think Max Stassi was. Maybe he was. I can't remember. That's something we're going to have to start taking a look at too, as the 40 man. Who can be left off the 40 man? Want to learn more about our team? Oh, dear God almighty. He's a Dodger fan. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You're going to Stanford, so you're a very intelligent guy, so I won't hold you being a Dodger fan against you. So seriously, what are the Giants' needs? Well, first and foremost, starting pitching. A close second, you could say 1A, 1B, they need a closer. And then lastly, they need another bat. So that has to be done. Those have to be done. How can the Giants navigate it? There's different ways, right? You got free agency. Take advantage of deferrals. You could trade. And there you go. That's how you improve. That's how the Giants can be competitive in 2026 if they do very well in both trading and free agency. You heard it here first, Ibrahim. You heard it here first. Devin Williams. Yeah, Devin Williams might be in there too. Hassan Kim, Rogers, and Scherzer. I could totally see that. Totally see that. Can anyone else see that? Doesn't that seem kind of where we're heading? But who knows? Again, you never know. There you go. But I love the Giants' history. If it wasn't for my dad, I would have either been a Cardinals fan or a Giants fan. Respect those organizations. Right on. There you go, man. There's a lot of history there. Rosemont, there is a lot of history. If you really want to get into it, man, that is, it's pretty damn amazing. I love turn of the 20th century baseball, Rosemont. I love reading about it. It was just a different time. The characters, the way they played the game, it was just different, man. Different, man. Again, I love my history. Rosemont, for if you don't know, I'm a big history. Got my degree, both my my graduate and undergraduate in history. So I love that stuff, Rosemont. Good on you, man. Your head's in the right spot. Dan says Kenley Jansen. Yeah, that sounds like a Giants move. Sounds like a Giants move. Yes, it is, Richard, which is why my Twitter handle is Master History 23 for that simple reason. No, Kenley would be cheap. Devin Williams would be somewhat cheap. I guess you could say Devin Williams is in the middle ground, right? Diaz, Devin Williams, Kenley Jansen, something like that. Greg, the Sticky Bandit Johnson. Austin Hayes. See, this is where we are as Giants fans, right? We're talking Trent Grisham, Harrison Bader, Austin Hayes. Yeah. What's Melanson up to? The Giants are going to drive me to Sac A's games again this year. I got you beat. I might be going to see some Stockton Ports games, man. Ibrahim, let's go, man. Road trip to Stockton, baby. Woo! Woo! Stockton Ports, man. Hell, Ibrahim, let's go up in your neck of the woods. Let's go to Marysville and go watch some Gold Sox. Wait, they're not the Gold Sox no more, are they? What are they called? I don't think they're the Gold Sox no more. My God. Kenneth, yeah. If you do sign Scherzer, you still got to go out. Look, Scherzer cannot be your big starting pitching acquisition. If you want to make him your 5, got it. High wheelers. What's a high wheeler? What's a high wheeler? The bat's going to have to come from the outfield. DH, maybe. Definitely the outfield. Maybe second base. But definitely the outfield. The high wheelers. Yeah, Stockton Ports have been here forever. As a matter of fact, Babe Ruth hit a home run. Imagine that. Babe Ruth hit a home run in the old Stockton Ports Stadium, wherever the hell that was. Yeah, they've been around forever. The Oakland Oaks, back in the day, back in the Pacific Coast League. That was the same time with the San Francisco Seals. The Modesto Nuts, no longer in existence. So there's 2 high wheelers? Come on, what's going on? We got the Davis high wheelers. We got the freaking Marysville high wheelers. What's going on? Where's all these high wheelers? Someone explain this to me. High wheelers? What the hell is a high wheeler? Almost dropped an F-bomb. A high wheeler? Davis high wheelers, Marysville high wheelers. Bellinger isn't going to come to San Francisco. I don't see it. He's probably going to go back to New York. Bader seems to be hurt a lot. Jeff Passan, I saw that, said the Giants are a suitor for Kyle Tucker. Aaron Gonzalez, good. We should get Gino or Schwarber. We ain't going to get Schwarber. The Davis High Wheelers moved to Marysville. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Do the Giants have enough players in the farm system to trade for a Kwan? I don't want Jaron Duran. I don't want Duran. Stephen Kwan? I don't know. Rosemont, that's good. I don't know. Let's see what Buster Posey can figure out, man. That one, I would love Stephen Kwan, man. I would absolutely love Stephen Kwan. Ah. Phew. That's a fact, Eddie. Hey, that's the life of a Giants fan. Suitors. Yeah, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Well, Adames, right? He was the best available shortstop at the time, so they did get him. Has the Giants' new manager gotten a staff together? Rosemond, as the title of the show says, the pitching coaches are out. Both the starting pitching coach, or I just should say the pitching coach and the bullpen coach, have both been either let go or have decided to leave, one or the other. Doesn't matter. They're both gone. So no, we have not, I should say, Vitello has not gotten his staff together. Matter of fact, the staff is vacating. Hey, Armand, have a good one, man. Enjoy your weekend, buddy. Again, thanks for that email. I'll go over it over this weekend. Val Ramos, give us Tucker 10 years and it'll be good. Hey, that's how all long-term contracts are. Honestly, that's how all long-term contracts. Look, unless you want to be Farhan Zaidi or you just want to do a bunch of 3-year deals to guys, well, guess what? The level of quality that you're getting in those guys ain't going to be exactly the best as compared to the guys who's going to garner the long-term contracts. That's just the way the game is. The good to excellent players get paid. The ones below that, not so much. But that's just how it is. Aaron Judge is not going to age well. Look what's going on with Mike Trout. You think that contract's aging? Is that aging well? Hell no, it ain't. Tom, it's fine. We'll get a staff in place soon enough. It's been 2 weeks. Just in context, Tom, Atlanta Braves pretty much got their coaching staff all straightened out. And they just announced their manager a couple of days ago. And they've already got all their coaches. They took 2 coaches from the Mets, and now they got JP Martinez from the Giants. So they're putting together their staff. They're figuring it out. They know where they want to go. We'll see. We'll see, Tom. Yeah, and look, there may be nothing to worry about. I just find it strange that it's been 2 weeks since the announcement that Vitello was going to be the manager that we haven't heard anything. The only thing we've heard is that Jace Tingler is going to be with the Giants, but we have no idea what position. Everyone says bench coach, but we'll see. Other than that, both hitting coaches are gone. Both pitching coaches are gone. You've got no bench coach as of now. And third base coach has not been announced either. So we'll see what happens. Again, Tom, we are in the middle of the offseason. We've already surpassed the 5 days after the World Series where teams can start talking to other teams about trades and to free agents about, trying to get their services. And the Giants don't have a staff in place. Is it a big deal? Maybe not. But it would be nice to have a staff put together before you start talking to free agents so they're not wondering, okay, who the hell is going to be running the show? For example, if a free agent pitcher wants to come to the Giants, maybe he wants to know who the pitching coach is. Same thing with a bullpen arm. Maybe they want to know who the bullpen coach is. Maybe there's history. You never know. There could be history with a player and a coach. But we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. Most importantly, Tom, though, right? The most important thing is to go get the players. That is what's going to make or break the team. If you get good players, more than likely, you're going to have a pretty good season. If you don't have any injuries. But if you get good players, you're going to be pretty good. You don't get good players, well, not so much. Hey, Mark, thanks for hanging out, buddy. I know it's late over there in New York. All right, guys, I think I'm going to close it down too. Gone just over an hour. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Again, be back on Monday. Unless, over the weekend, maybe I'll be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I want to go on, talk about something, whatever. You just never know. If there's big news, of course, I'll come on here and we'll talk about it as usual, right? Any big news with the Giants, we'll come on here, talk about it. But guys, enjoy the rest of your Friday night. enjoy your weekend. Should be a nice weekend. I know next week is going to be a lot of rain in the forecast, which is nice. Anyways, guys, be good. It was fun talking to you. And we'll see you on the next one. Guys, be good. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.